Hey y'all, I'm back again with another video.
Focus on me. Hands in the soap.
I'm doing a story time of how my mom passed. Very emotional. Probably. Alright, so let's get started. On October 31st, the day before my mom passed, we was in the car. She was going to go take us to get our hair done, and her friend was over there. I ain't gonna say her name, but her best friend was over there, and my brother. So my mom, I was telling my mom before her friend came over. Mom was in the car. This one she was gonna take us. She was in the car. She threw up a lot, and then her head went back, and her eye was in the back of her head, and she was just shaking. So I thought she had a seizure or something. And so I told my mom, did she want me to call the ambulance? And she said no. And I had told my mom. I told my mom, I was like, just don't take us no more. She was like, no. It seemed like she knew she was going to pass. And she was like, what if she passed there tomorrow and she died the next day? And she was like, I was like, Mom, you don't have to take us no more. And I asked her, did she know what happened? She said no. And she just woke up out of it and was like, she was just looking around. And I was like, Mom, do you know what happened? And she was like, no. And so her dad. And that's when her best friend came. We was cleaning up the stuff in the car. And that's when my brother came. I ran in the house to get my brother when she was having the seizure. And he came outside and he was going off. And he was ready to call the ambulance. But my mom didn't want us to call him. And that's when my mom, we went to Dominican. She took us to Dominican. She said she wanted to take us. She didn't want nobody to take us but her. We went to Dominicans. And that's when she had locked the door so she could go to sleep a little bit. Then once we came out, you know, she gave us some money to pay for it. Then we went home, and then she had stopped, and she puked. And then when she was in bed, we had ordered some chicken and pizza, and we were eating and that stuff. When she was where my dad was carrying her in the house, and she asked my dad. Well, my mom said she wanted to go up. My mom said she had a dream. I'm going to tell you this first. My mom said she had a dream that she was going to die. She was going to pass away in my dad's arms in her room. And she told my dad that. That's when my dad was like, come lay on the couch. She was like, no, I don't want to go on the couch. I want to go in my bed. So I think she knew she was ready to, though. She was like, I want to go upstairs in my bed and lay down. And we were like, no, just lay down here, because my dad didn't want to take her upstairs to do it. That's when my dad and Deshaun had lifted her upstairs, and they had took her upstairs. So she was laying down in the bed. Her lips was turning purple, so that's when I was crying, and I wanted to call the ambulance. So I called the ambulance because her lips was turning purple, and her face was like, looked like it was pale. And so that's when I called the ambulance. They came and got her. I went to school. She passed away at 7:55 in the morning a.m. And that's when I was at school. My brother came. His eyes was red. And he told me that he was taking me out to eat. And I was like, you're not taking me out to eat, because we could have went out to eat when I got out of school. And that's when, like 20 minutes later, when we was going to the doctor, first he asked me that I want to go pick up Aaliyah, but Aaliyah was already there before me. And I said, yeah. And then that's when he was like, he called me and he said, Aalisha. And I just started crying. And so I went there and I was crying. Well, he said Aalisha, and I was crying. And that's when he was crying more, and he kept on making me cry even more and more. And that's when I went to the hospital. So yeah, took me to the hospital. That's when I saw my mom in the bed, and her face was purple or blue. And that's when we went in there, and all my family members was in there, and we was sitting all around. So I hurried up. I almost fell, and I hurried up and ran in there, and I hugged her tight, and I was crying. So that's when I went out the room because I didn't want to be in there anymore. Cause I was so tired and I was just crying. There was my aunt that took me in a room, and she had took me in the back room where where people be crying and stuff at, I guess, and they had brought food and stuff in there for all of us. And then so after that, we prayed over her and stuff. But my dad was telling me when he was in there by himself, it was just him in there before she passed away. And he said he was holding her hand praying, and the thing was going down, so that's when he had hold her hand and start praying, and that's when the thing was going higher. Her beat was going higher. And then that's when he let go of her hand and went down. He held her hand, started praying again, and went back up. And that's when, alright, so he had stepped out for a second, then he came back in, held her hand again, and started praying, but it went down, and that's when she had passed. It went down. But my dad said she was talking all fine and good the day before. The day she went to the hospital, she was talking good. But I don't know. I guess she passed in her sleep. So after that, after we left the hospital, we went to my house. We had a get together where we had food and stuff. And everybody just got there, and we was getting her stuff out the room, packing up, because we had to move out. Her funeral the 11th, November 11th. She passed November 1st. 2017, and November 11th, 2017. It was her funeral that day, and then that's when, we got dressed and stuff. Went to the funeral, looked at her body a little bit, viewed her body. They was crying and stuff. She had on a pink dress. She had curls in her hair. We had doves for her and everything. Then people said a speech on there. I said one, but I didn't want to go on the stage because I know I was gonna cry. So I got this lady to do it for me, and my dad went up there, and he was crying and talking and stuff, and my brother gave our little speech, and my cousin and stuff. And that's when, that day of our mama's funeral, they was like, it's gonna be okay, Aalisha, she in a better place now and stuff like that. And that's when we had went to our house. People came to our house after the funeral. They left like at 1 something in the morning. The funeral was over like at 8. Well, I didn't leave the funeral till like 8 something. That's when they buried her and stuff. And then they came to our house. The funeral was in Charles City. That was my mama from. She wanted to get buried by her dad and sister and stuff, and her brother. And so we had a get together again that day. We had food and stuff, kids running around. That's when we had played some music. We played her favorite music. Her favorite song is Side Piece, and other Chris Brown's Back to Sleep and other stuff like that. We had played her songs first, then we started dancing and stuff. And then that's just it, y'all. Thank y'all for watching my video.